Hi everyone and welcome back to Oakhill. So it's a new day, 8 o'clock in the morning in late spring. So we're going to do something a little bit different, and something has happened since the yesterday. I've been on and I've done a few things. So we'll just go through what I've done first. So 47, I've mowed it. This is going to be hay. I've been reliably informed, and I perhaps knew anyway with the Maize Plus, that this is going to have to be tedded first. So I don't think there was much point in me putting them into windrows, but hopefully they'll kind of stay as they are. If not, it's not a problem. We can sort that later. Also, if I come round here, we've had something new. So I've invested in a new tractor, and it's one of the 6M series, one of the medium ones. We've gained about 45 horsepower on what we had before, and we also saved about £700. I took it second hand. It needs fueling and it needs doing up. So I placed the toolbox here. So let's get it repaired. To repair, £905. I took it second hand and it saved me 40 grand, so it's a no-brainer. But it does need fuel. It's got some at the moment, but it will need some in the future. I want to get that field tedded today. So we'll go and get a tedder just now. Invest in that, but it doesn't need to be massive. We'll get that done. Get that tedded over, see what happens, leave it to dry. I'm looking at the weather. It's plus for the next 3 days basically. The wind is high, it's nice and warm, that's what we want. So I think we'll manage to get hay. Hopefully before Friday comes, because it's going to be raining. So let's hop into the John Deere. Yeah, it's just got under just half. It's got nearly a quarter tank left, over a quarter tank, so we won't have to fuel it just yet. So let's head to the shop and go and buy a tedder. In actual fact, I may even just lease one. I don't think they're that expensive. Let's see what we've got. Next page. £8.7 meters. Now that's 16 grand, or 816. I'm just going to lease it for now. We're only going to be using it a couple of times. So head to 47, the entrance is just over here, I found out. Canola crop's looking good as well on the left there. Growing already, should be ready in a few months. Hopefully we'll get some straw from that with no problem. Let's get this unfolded. Now hopefully this doesn't flick it all everywhere, but I don't really hold out any hope, to be honest. It's a little bit wider than I thought it was. Oh yeah. Oh well, it's not too bad. It's kind of staying where it is. Is that even changing the state of it? I don't really want to do it if it's going to be a waste of time. See, it just still says grass. Maybe I do just have to wait for it. I mean, it's not a problem. I can wait a few days. I just don't want to have to do this if I don't necessarily have to do it. Because it's quite a large field. If it was working though, surely it would change texture. Oh, I'm really spreading it out too much now. It's quite a lot of grass, considering that this again wasn't a fertilised field. There's nothing done to it. No lime and no ploughing. And do you know, I'm not convinced that this is working. It just looks the texture of dry grass. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'll just do 2 headlands and then I'm just going to leave it. And we'll come back to it later to see if it's actually any different. Now the money situation isn't great. I don't really like having just 32 grand in the bank, considering that we need to lease and buy equipment. But I had a plan. I want to buy this year, even if we have to get a loan, I want to buy a maize field. And I want to try and do CCM. Corn cob mix, is it? Corn cob mix, CCM. And I'll tell you for why. We just stop and have a look for a second. If we go into this menu here and we look at CCM, look how much it sells for at the animal market. I mean, maize silage 87. It's really low. Oh, look at the biogas plant though. 360. Anyway, this is what I'm interested in. This is what I want to do this year, even if I have to get a loan, because we're going to make the money back. And we can invest in all the equipment. And we'll have an extra field as well. If we do it raw, it's like half the price. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get a contract for planting it or something, or maybe we could just have a look at what's going to be the best field. 19, that's close. Oh, it comes, 67, and it comes as a double package. That's interesting, because the loan is then not going to be as much as I thought it was going to be. I'm not saying it's got corn in there at the moment, it's probably... Well, it's fertilised. It needs 0 ploughing and lime. Only needs 1 more application. It's harvested, it was corn before. Shucks. Now in seasons, that's probably going to count against me for yield, isn't it? So if I go to the rotation planner and I pop in corn, oh, mustard, interesting. And then I put in corn again. It's not 100. It's not over 100%. I probably still do it anyway. Let's just do 1 more of these headlands and then we'll investigate that, because I can then prepare that field. And maybe get a small planter and get it sorted. And I don't think, by the looks of it, it's one of these fields that's going uphill. I want to try and avoid them if possible, because it just delays things. So I'll leave that 2 headlands all tedded, and I'm going to leave the tedder here. And I'm going to leave it till the end of the day and just see what's happening, as I'm not convinced that's doing anything. And then, you know, slap my wrist if it actually works. Shall we go and fuel this up, because I think we're close to the fueling station. It's just on the right here. There we go. It doesn't even look open. Did I just do the right thing by driving straight through those bollards? I don't do that in real life, I promise. Yeah, because it's all blocked off, so surely that shouldn't be open. Well, never mind. Whilst we're here, let's go look at 19. Whoa. Madman. it's on the other side there. I needed to go down this way. At least I'm not going to get packed by the speed cameras. Although if the police saw me doing this, I think they'd have something different to say. We'll just keep it between me and you, eh? Okay, so we're here at 19. Yeah, I'm gonna, well, I'll plough it under. It says it doesn't even need ploughing, but if there was corn in it before, surely it would need ploughing. I'll probably plough it anyway. How do you even get into it? Oops. Oh, just here. I always have a go at my other half for asking me where things are before he's even properly looked, and I've just done exactly the same thing, aren't I? Does that make me a hypocrite? Look at that little bananas. Right. Oh, the only downside of this on seasons I forgot is that you don't get a respray when you fix your tractor. I wonder how much that's going to cost us. Do you know what? I don't even care right now because it's more powerful than what we had before. Now I should probably go the proper way back. So this is the way I should have come. And we're going to... I think we might as well just get that field now because we're ready to put corn in. Corn can go. Corn can be planted. What? Who are all these people walking across the road? Where is the pedestrian crossing in this map? Oh! Darn tractor. What? I've never played a map before where the people walk on the road more than they walk on the pavement. So, another thing we did is I decided to keep this just for the time being. It depends what sort of planter we go for. I think the new tractor will be able to pull it, but we have it till midnight, so I might as well keep it, and if I'm not going to use it, then I can get rid of it before then. But I definitely think we'll use these mowers again. I'm not sure if the John Deere will pull them though, in which case I would need to keep this. But there's no point in me keeping this if the John Deere can pull it. Maybe I'll have to trial that before 12. Anyway, I digress. Oh, I also got rid of this trailer here as well because I thought this might be useful space. And if we go and have a look at the bales that we did last time, they're fermenting nicely, or should be anyway. They'll be done before the end of today, so next time we can sell those. That's going to be our income sorted. So let's get this slight loan. How much did we need to say? It was 67 for those two plots. Let's borrow 60 grand, and then at least we've got a little bit left over. My ploughs are probably under subsoilers, isn't it? I'm going to go for this one. Now it's 180 and I know I can use that one backwards. It's a little bit cheating, but never mind. I'm going to lease that one. Shall we have it matching? Yeah. Let's have it matching. Let's plough up that. I mean, that field doesn't even need ploughing, that's what it's telling me, but I won't be able to plant straight over a harvested field. I'll need to cultivate it in some way, shape or form. But 18 doesn't even need ploughing either. Well, that's alright, we'll plough it anyway, because we might as well start from fresh. I'm going to see how it goes this way first. Oops. Well executed. Right, sorry about that. I'm not always that clumsy. Oh, maybe we should actually buy the field as well. I can't just turn up without buying it, can I? So, buy 67. So we have 23 left. That's enough. That cement mixer just drove straight through those cones. Lunatic. I'm actually glad that we've got 2 fields now. 2 for the price of 1, because I was actually only originally hoping to get 1. So it's actually a bonus. And we got a yard right here as well. Interesting. So let's see how this pulls this. 6. Should we be going a little bit faster than that? I think we should. I'm gonna put it round this way. I'm gonna cheat. I could not care less. And if it's going to do the job, why not do it? It's there, it's available. Plus hopefully, even though it says it doesn't need ploughing, it might count in some way towards the next crop, hopefully. When we come to it. A little bit more forward. And it's been a while since I've actually played Seasons. I did a whole Seasons, I think I did about 7 years on Greenwich Valley, but that was on PS4 before I got the computer. I loved that map. That is one of my favourite maps. I just absolutely adored it. I couldn't stop playing it, honestly. And same as No Man's Land as well. Because it was just my own. And Greenwich Valley, everything was just so productive. I had to stop at some point. It's because it just got really samey year on year. I think I owned almost all of the fields at one point. Well, these trees are super in the way. I wonder if I can get rid of these. Has anyone tried the hide object? I wonder if I can get rid of them. So we go up to it and we press H. Let's do this one. H. Wow. That looks so much better, because I don't think I would have been able to use that bit of the field otherwise. These ones aren't too bad here, so we'll leave those for now. But yeah, Greenwich Valley by Greenbale, such a good map. I think it was the first proper map that I played with Seasons, and it was an English map, and it was tight corners, there was no collisions on the hedges. I just went mad on that, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think I owned all the farms. Had about 250 cows, which is the most I've ever done. They needed so much feed. I think it gets to a point where you just can't even keep up with the scale. Because if you're going to do that many cows on an English map and you've got smaller fields, you need to own a lot of fields. And PS4 didn't have anything like course play, auto drive or anything, so I couldn't even ask anyone to do it for me. I had to basically start them off and then collect it myself. See, I'm a little bit worried about that hay now. I keep thinking about it. I don't know whether I should do the whole field just for good measure. might skip through to the next, like maybe another 8 hours to the early evening. Because what I don't want to happen is 2 headlands actually become hay, and then the rest of the field is just not ready. Because that's going to throw me out of sync. I just want to thank everyone about the feedback as well on the last episode that I did. I was really nervous about bringing it out because I hadn't done it for a number of weeks, and I didn't even think 1 and 2 were really that good. That's just my confidence more than anything. And I had comments from Scroft, I had comments from FarmSim Guy, I had comments from even Farmer Cop, who'd watched and said it was really good. So if they think it's good, then I suppose I have to believe them, don't I? Because they're legends, aren't they? And if you want to check it out, I've put the links to their YouTubes in the description of this video. But I really feel humbled with all the feedback, and everyone has been so nice. So nice to me. So I'll just continue doing what I'm doing. And hopefully people still like it. We're going at a decent pace now, so it's not going to take us very long to finish this and get the other field done. So I'll catch you back in a bit. So this is the last strip. Only just a teeny weeny bit to go. I've just been thinking whilst I've been doing that about what I want to put in this field, and I'm thinking we might as well do it properly. So this has no fertiliser yet, so we can put some on before we seed. We can then seed, and then we can add the fertiliser as we go along. It doesn't need any lime. So if we hop out, just have a look what was in it before. So we had potatoes in it before, and then before that was canola. So if we go to the planner and get rid of that other one that we started. So before was potatoes. And then let's just assume it was canola. What shall we do this time? Soybeans. That's going to give us a good yield. That's rare for soybeans. Usually the wheat crops are... what am I saying, wheat crops? I mean the cereal crops are usually the best. I don't really want to do alfalfa, it's too much grass. Let's go for soybeans then, because that's... we can plant that now. We can plant it now. It's same as corn. Next year we could go back to oilseed. I would like to try mustard. That's going to be a very good yield. Oh, but then your cereal crops are good after that. Corn also good. Let's do barley the year after that. Then we can do mustard. But we need to leave it fallow at some point, so after that we'll just leave it fallow. That can be field 18. Crop rotation planner. Let's take this back to the yard now. Oh, whilst I was doing this, by the way, egg on my face, there's a cut-in through the houses here that I completely missed. You may have seen it in the time lapse, and I took a sudden jolt left as I came here the first time and was like, oh, there's the main road. Right past the pub. If any of these pedestrians walk on the road now whilst I'm carrying this, they may get impaled. Still nothing happened in there yet. Let's just leave it. If you're shouting at the screen and you know exactly what to do, then I apologise. I'm not that bright. I've played too much of this game. Let's put this away because I'm going to keep this. I think this is only how much is this going to cost us? I didn't even check. It was 800 to lease, so it must only cost us a couple £100 today to keep. That's nothing. Let's give it a clean, actually. Now this is a good mod here because I can never afford a jet wash, so I just put one of these hose pipes. The hose pipe is £42. That's dear for a hose pipe, but I suppose it is. We've had to pay for the plumbing, haven't we, because there isn't a tap around here. So. Okay, so I guess that's that all clean. Let's pop that back. Turn you off. Okay, so I reckon I'll leave it there for today. We'll get the planting done, definitely, don't worry. It will be done in this game day, but next episode, probably. I'm just conscious of time right now. But if you've stuck with me this far, episode 4, we're cracking on. Thank you very much. If you've enjoyed yourself, remember to give the video a like. And thanks for watching. Cheerio.